you. Happy day. We are here for Ask Me Anything, and I'm going to make sure that we are ready to go for this week's Ask Me Anything. So, like y'all know, I show up every single week. Judy, can you make sure that we're live? I'm not sure if I went live on the right page. Hey, I hope I went live on the right page. I am actually not sure if I did. Dang it! I think we are. I think we're good to go. All right. We're going to dive into our very first question from Josephine Franzen. How to reach out to new people on Facebook. It's not like Instagram where you can search and find other people via hashtags. Facebook feels more just for people that already know or are aware of you. The only way to get in contact with new people seems to be via ads or somebody that always likes me or comments. Is there any other way? So Josephine, let's chat. Are we on the right page? Why do I feel, you guys, I am telling you, it has been one of those days. Let's just see. Let's just make sure, because I just feel like this is hotmess.com. Am I live? Are we live? You guys, I can't tell if I'm on my business page or if I'm on my personal page. This makes me feel like we're live. That's what we're doing. That's where we are right now. Hey, don't worry, guys. We're professional up in here. Okay, how do you get more people on Facebook? Thank you for your patience. Number one, the best flawless piece of advice that I have is to get involved with Facebook groups. Like Mark Zuckerberg is right for a reason. People want to connect with other people and they just really don't know how. Now, if you guys remember back in 2008, 2009, Facebook was created for a desktop experience. Cell phones were not the rage the way that they were before. So in regards to creation and functionality, groups were the way that you found new people outside of your immediate orbit. Now, I think that this is even more amazing than finding somebody via a hashtag, because in groups, you can go super granular. It means that you can get super specific and go super niche. So if you are a lifestyle blogger, why not get involved with other Facebook groups of people who might be interested in buying the things that you're selling on your lifestyle blog, like girls who are fashionable, makeup tips, hair care, things of that nature. If you sell essential oils and your target demographic is a mom who wants to keep their kids healthy, why not join local Facebook groups of moms, right? Like they're called MOPs. I didn't even know this. I'm learning all the cool terminology. MOPs, moms of preschoolers. Hey, so all I would say is when you go into these Facebook groups, now don't go and try to join like 35 all at once because it comes overwhelming. I would suggest choosing 3 to 5 that you check every single day. Now you are a professional. You are like the best at what it is that you do. You have a lot of great and valuable information to share. So why not share it with an audience who's primed to hear from you? So when it comes to getting clients or getting new followers, Facebook groups are the way to go. Get involved by offering things that are of your expertise. Friends, don't even worry about other strategies. Focus on that one. Okay, let's get into our next question. This was upvoted 6 times. How do you rebuild momentum and excitement after something you've created has failed? How do you pivot without feeling defeated? So I want to go back and I want to lay the foundation as to my belief. I want to lay the foundation for my behavior. And one thing that Kendra spoke out that I want to highlight specifically is excitement after something you created has failed. Now, for years, for over a decade, I would look at things as failures and successes. And it was only a success if I reached my goal. It was only a success if everybody else was like, wow, that's an amazing win. It was only a success if, and I had all these rules. And it was a failure if I didn't hit the goal that I had set out. And it wasn't until the past 4 or 5 years that my mentor has really guided me and shifted my perspective from there is no such thing as failure. That if we continue to measure our life on failures and successes, we're always selling ourselves short and minimizing how quickly we can grow. So Kendra, my first question to you is, do you want to grow quickly? We're not talking about failure or success. Right now, my question to you is, do you want to grow quickly? Now, if the answer is yes, I would like to grow quickly in a healthy rate, in a healthy state, then my encouragement to you would be to look at whatever happened in the past that you said, oh, this was a failure. How do I pivot? To look at it and say, wow, I learned so much. And if you can say, wow, I learned so much, I want you to itemize, what did you learn that worked really well? And what did you learn that did not work well? What did you learn about yourself as a business owner? And what did you learn about your offering or your customer? All of those things are the most priceless thing that you could ever know. And you only get to answer those questions when you take action. Because Kendra, you are the rare person who was brave enough to go out and do a project. You are the rare person to go out and say, I tried something and it didn't look the way that I wanted to, but it wasn't a failure. It was a success because I learned something. You are rare. You are brave and you are amazing. You can answer questions that many other people can't. Why? Because other people won't take action. They will stay stuck and they will stay scared. Not you, Kendra. Did it turn out the way that you imagined it? Maybe not. But are you stronger, wiser, and better now that you have? Yes. So if you're asking me about my advice about pivoting, baby boo, I'm going to tell you. Take what you learned from the action that you took and the bravery that you exemplified and say, what will I do differently the next time? That, my friends, is my advice. Let's get into some of our live questions. From Mark Bates. No failure, only an opportunity to learn and grow. Yes, yes, yes. Ani says, I can't wait for your January project in social. Curator, woo, atta girl. Yes. Oh, let's go back to Kendra. Kendra says, hey, Jasmine, I had a failure. How do I pivot? And here I am saying there's no such thing as failures. Why am I, just as Annie, so excited for what's going to happen in January? It took me 2 years to present the masterclass that I'm in teaching in January. And you might be listening to this and be like, girl, it is early November. What are you talking about? I know. I have been working on this project for January, that we're launching in January for 3 months. In totality, it will be a 4-month project that I have just spent all this time building into. I can't even wait. I'm getting hot. I'm wearing my Steve Jobs turtleneck today, and I'm sweating underneath it because that is how legit our next project is going to be. I mean, I'm like, oh, I can just sing opera. That's what I can do because I'm so excited about it. So there you go. Jordan, how do I bridge the gap of creating context for social and actually booking clients from it? So she was saying, I own a photography business, and for a while I was doing great on social media and showing it consistently. I want you guys to point out something. I was doing great on social. However, I'm struggling to actually book clients. So y'all, I go live every week on Facebook and every week on Instagram. And the way people ask questions reveals so much. Sometimes people send me personal message or DMs and they're like, Jasmine, you go too fast with the questions. Jasmine, you don't let people ask their questions. And I'm like, y'all, I've been in the game for over a decade. I know the question. I could smell the question coming. And the way you ask the question reveals so much about the question itself. Because what she just said was, I was doing well on social. And when you use that word was, what do you indicate to me? That you're not showing up as consistently then as you are now. You are showing up more then and saying, look at all the great stuff I was doing, Jasmine, but I'm not booking. So what your question led me to believe, and hey, yo, I could be totally wrong, but I want you to come correct and be real with me, is that you got tired of being consistent and showing up because you weren't booking clients. But my big question back to you is, how much does it cost to buy the thing you're selling? And as a photographer, I'm going to guess that if you're doing portraits, it's anywhere between $300 and $500. And if you're doing weddings in basic wedding photography costs, it's going to cost anywhere from $1,200 to $3,000. If I am spot on with that assessment and you're telling me, Jasmine, I showed up and I'm not booking clients, my big comeback to you is, how often do you have to show up to convert somebody to bring out their credit card and give you $1,000? A very long time. Because social media is not about sales. Social media is about trust and conversations. If that is the one thing that I could walk away with, like let's just say I get hit by a bus today, which sweet baby Jesus, I hope I don't because I want to go on vacation with my husband later this month. But if I got hit by a bus today, I hope the one thing you take away from is that social media is not for popularity and it's not for sales. What is social media about? Trust and conversations. That's it. So if you're saying, Jasmine, I'm tired of showing up on social media because I'm not booking clients, my big comeback to you would be you're not building trust and you're not having enough conversations, because the only way you get sales and the only way you get customers is if they trust you and if you show up again and again and again. Now, I am encouraging anybody with a higher ticket item to put yourself in the shoes of your dream customer. If you are a photographer and somebody is looking for a wedding photographer, most of the time, most brides on average are not planning their wedding for a year out after they get engaged. But there are some girls who've been dating somebody a while and they just don't know what, they start finding photographers and they follow you. So let's just say, you tell me, Jasmine, I've been posting every day for 3 months and I haven't booked anybody. Because the person you want to book ain't going to be booking you for another 6 to 8 months. Why? Because it's the cycle of your business. It is no surprise that somebody who's selling something on social media for $15 to $20 has a higher conversion rate. Why? Because I don't need to trust you a lot to pay you $15, but I need to trust you a heck of a lot if I'm going to pay you $1,500. I need to pay, if you want me to give you $15,000 on social media, I better trust you, talk to you, know you, have a conversation with your mama and your mailman. Why? Because social media is not about conversions, it's about conversations. So if you're telling me I showed up and it didn't work, I'm saying you didn't work long enough. I'm saying you didn't build trust. And I know I'm sorry. I need to be calm. I need to be nice. I need to be soft. Last week, I saw a video of myself. I never watch videos. When I do these lives, I never watch videos because I was like, girl, you look awkward. Well, I happened to see a video and I was like, whoa, I look so angry. I'm really not angry. I'm passionate. Tengo pasión. I'm Latina. Like everything I say, like every meal is Thanksgiving and every day is Christmas, right? Like I'm just going to come at you because life is short. I'm going to deal to you straight when nobody else will. Can I get an amen? All right. Do I need to calm down? Maybe I need to calm down. Let's go into another life question. Here we go. Tiffany says, I absolutely love watching you and learning from you. My question is, how do you get over the fear of judgment from others, especially with those you see on a regular basis, so that you can better grow your business and not let that fear hold you back? Tiffany, you coming in hot, girl. If you're wearing a hat, hold on to it. If your socks are about to be blown off, pull them up a little bit tighter, because I'm going to tell you something that you need to hear that has nothing to do with your business and everything to do with your life. You asked me, how do you get over the fear of judgment? Of what others who are looking at you, who are close to me. So Tiffany, let's get real. It could be your cousin, your mom, your coworker, your partner, your children, and they're all looking at you sideways like, bless her heart. Are you living their life? Are you going to let their judgment stop you from doing the thing you were supposed to do on this earth? Are you going to let fear and doubt win, or are you going to let faith and chutzpah and grind and purpose win? Because you can't have both. You can't say my business is to stand in my purpose and to change the game, but I also really care about what people think. I'm going to be real with you. You don't get the option. You choose one. That's it. It's either faith and drive and determination and purpose, or fear and doubt. And you can say that your fear and doubt is coming from somebody who knows you, but it's not. It's coming from you. You see your own faith and doubt in others and you say, look at them judging me. It's not them. You're giving them the power to identify an emotion that already exists. So you come correct on your own. and you say, I am here to do the thing I've been meant to do. I am here to run this business come hell or high water. You say that. You tell yourself that first. Anybody else who comes at you sideways say, thank you so much. But my success will silence your doubts. And then you got to do you. Do not give the keys to your emotional kingdom to somebody else who ain't going to pay your bills. Because whoever has judgment on you, their likes don't pay your bills. Their opinions don't pay your bills. Their belief in you don't pay your bills. You put your head on your pillow every night and you get to say, I did me the way I wanted to do me. Y'all, do not give the emotional keys to your kingdom to somebody else who ain't got the ability to translate and transform your life. You do that. You take ownership. And the minute you do, ain't nobody else's opinions can change you otherwise. This, that, or the other. Okay, let's get into another live question. Okay, we're going to get into, I like this one. Vanessa said, what curling iron did you use on your last Ask Me Anything? Hey, it's Ask Me Anything. It doesn't have to be about business. Here's the thing about my Ask Me Anything. Normally the protocol is the most popular videos get the most upvotes. And that's the question we ask, not this one. So I did a beachy wave. I watched YouTube tutorials, just YouTube beachy waves. I found this on Instagram. It's called Trio. I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying it's the one I bought. You know, I think it was, I don't even know. I think it was like 49 bucks. And it comes with this little glove that I use. There you go. You're welcome. I'm now a fashion blogger. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do not get an affiliate. People are going to hit at me. Oh my God, Jasmine's doing sponsored posts now. No, I'm not. I paid with my own good money with that. So there you go. Let's get into another question. Isabella said, before you started getting paid to speak at conferences, did you ever travel to another state to speak? If so, what factors made it worth it for you if you weren't getting paid? Ooh, I like this question, Isabella. Okay. I'm answering this question because a lot of times people are given the opportunity to speak, and I absolutely love it. This is the sign of something powerful in your business because you are getting exposure to a different group of people that you can then convert into followers, build trust and consistency and conversation, and ultimately into customers. I'm going to be real with you and let you know that for the first decade of my life in business, I didn't get paid to speak. That's just the truth. Like, getting paid is like for 1% of people in the industry. After doing this for over a decade, I'm very proud to now say that, yes, I do get paid, but it took me a minute to get there. Did I sometimes pay for my own travel to get there and speak? Yeah, I did. What was my qualification? If they could put me in a room with more than 500 people, I would pay for my own way to get there because I knew that when I was there, I would be able to build relationships with people and they would follow me. And on the back end, I would be able to sell something. So in the beginning of my career, I would speak at photography conferences and they wouldn't pay me. But when people are like, who is this crazy Latina girl out here talking about photography and marketing? And I was like, hey, follow me. They would follow me. And then at the time, I had my photography resource store. JasmineStarStore.com. Oh, those are the good old days where people would buy resources. I was able to build my speaking business and fund my trips to speak for the exposure. Let's get into some more live questions as we get here. Okay. To conduct the orchestra, you have to turn your back on the crowd. Oh, wow. Somebody's bringing in the heat with these deep passages. Yes. To conduct the orchestra, you got to turn your back to the crowd. Amen. Who here? Give me a thumbs up. Give me an amen. Give me a little like music sign. Are you ready to turn your back on the crowd? That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Maritza said, I have the tendency to say, I will start this when. Like, for example, I want to do a live video for my product, but then I'm like, well, my apartment doesn't look live worthy, so I will never do a live. How should I overcome that? Or am I afraid of that I'm going to sound dumb? LOL. Maritza, I'm going to be real with you. It's all of it. You are afraid of going live because the excuse you're telling yourself is that my apartment isn't live worthy. That's not it. And you know it's not. Like, we can literally put you in the White House and you're not going to go live. Why? Because you're afraid of what people will think about you. Because I'm going to be real, Maritza, if you say, no, but Jasmine, it's really, my background is so ugly. Okay. Let's go to Amazon.com and buy you one of those Chinese backdrops, like the ones that are like the foldable accordions that are just like white on white. And I will get you for $29. Why? Because I sent one to my friend who gave me the same excuse about not going live. It was a fold out for $29 on Amazon. Man, I wish I had an affiliate link right about now, but I don't. Put it up behind you, turn your camera on, and you against a white background. So that's a $29 excuse. Do you want to come at me like that? Or you say, no, Jasmine, but really people are I'm not going to know what to say. Guess what, baby boo? You do not build confidence by thinking about confidence. You build confidence by doing something until you're confident. You build confidence by doing something and realizing that you are so wildly incapable and you suck and it's uncomfortable. And guess what? People probably are saying something about you. But that right there, that moment, that is when most people quit. When they try something and then they worry about other people's opinions and they say, I can never do it again. They are like the 98% of people who try something and say, oh no, that was too ugly for me. Maritza, I invite you and I challenge you and I encourage you to be part of the 2%. The 2% of people who say, man, this sucks, but I'm going to keep on doing it. Man, this sucks. I'm terrible. But you want to know when else I was terrible? When I first learned how to ride a bike, I was terrible. When I first learned my first words in English, I was terrible. I was terrible the first time that I ever drove a car. JD tried teaching me, my husband, my business partner. He decides, we're 17 years old, he is going to try to teach me how to drive stick shift in a 1982 Ford Ranger with no power steering. Okay, this jalopy of a car, oh my God, I'm like literally sweating just thinking about it right now. This 1982 Ford Ranger white, it had a camper shell in the back and like mustard carpet in the back of the truck. I mean, we were living high. Okay, so there we are, 17 years old. We're on the freaking intersection of Rosecrans and Santa Gertrudis in Whittier, California. And he's like, you got this, babe. It is like vinyl seats. It's a truck. And it's one of those seats that has like no breakup. It's like it could sit like 3 people in the front of this beater truck. And there I am sitting on vinyl. My legs are sweating so much into the seat. I'm dripping sweat. I can't get it into first gear and I'm grinding through a red light and then a green light and I'm grinding, staying in the same spot. I can't even steer the car. I was terrible. And guess what? If I would have stopped driving in that moment, I would have been terrible. I would say that was too scary. I never want to do it again. But what made me confident driving stick? Doing it again and doing it again. And so Maritza, if you're worried about being terrible at Facebook Live, let me tell you, you're going to be terrible at Facebook Live. Who's ever good? Right? So if you say, I am okay to embrace the suck. I am okay to sit in somebody else's judgment of me. I am okay to do it until I'm good. Because if you can't say, I am okay to do it until I'm good, don't do it. Because it will be awful. I'll be your homegirl that will tell you the truth. It's bad. But the bad leads to the good. And it's so hard that so few people do it. Why do you think I show up on Facebook Live come hell or high water? I have gone live every single Wednesday. Maybe I missed 1 or 2 over the past 2 years. But I show up. Why? Because it's hard and because nobody does it. When you can do something that's hard that nobody does, you stick out from the rest of the crowd. So Maritza and anybody else who wants to go live so you could stick out and not look like your competition, embrace the suck. That is just it. That is real talk from your homegirl coming at you live from Newport Beach, California, reeling and dealing on the reels. Okay, y'all, it's about that time that we break this down. I want to bring this up. I don't even know where this is coming from. This weekend, I'm doing something that's a little unexpected. And so I'm going to invite you to do something that's a little unexpected as well. I feel like I like to write. Like it's something that I like to do, and I think it makes me a powerful businesswoman. But what I am not so strong about, what I want to feel more confident, is professional copywriting from a business perspective. So what I decided to do was to invest in myself. Will I become a professional copywriter? No. Not at all. But I am willing to make myself uncomfortable. I'm going to drive down to San Diego for 3 days and I'm going to sit in a room and I'm going to pretend that I am a copywriter. So I learn how to talk about my business in a way that serves you better. So this is me inviting you in on that journey, letting you know that I only practice what I preach. I never want to come across to y'all and be like, I got my trash together. My stank don't stink. No. Like, I do the work to make me a strong entrepreneur. I want you and I to be on the training floor together. I want you and I to train like we're in the arena together. I want us to do the business push-ups. I want us to do the entrepreneur sit-ups. I want us to train so that anytime an opposition comes our way, we come up and we're ready. Why? Not because we're good, but because we've been training. I am training the tools in my arsenal, and I want you to say train. Train with the tools in your arsenal. Celia says, as you once said on Creative Live, Zion, yes, we out here. We're training. We're on the dirty, dusty arena floor when nobody is looking at us. Because success does not go to those who are most popular. And success does not always go to those who always say, I just had an 8-figure launch. Success does not go to, I just booked my 75th client and I'm on the beach of Hawaii, #blessed. Success goes to those of us who will do the work when nobody else is looking. Success goes to those of us who do the work when we're embarrassed and we show up. Success goes to those of us who know other people are talking about us, other people who are hacking our ideas, other people who show up and have an opinion about us but who don't pay our bills. Success goes to those who do the dang work day after day after day when nobody else is watching. So when you get your opportunity to shine, when you get your 15 minutes of fame, when your big launch, your big book, your big podcast hits, people say, oh my God, she was an overnight success. No, she wasn't. She was out here working with the rest of us. So my invitation to you is, will you do something before the end of 2019 that will say, this is for me? This is for me to get uncomfortable. This is for me to do the work, and this is for me to train. That is my invitation to you because I only practice what I preach. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you next Wednesday. That is the day before Thanksgiving. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.